Ruggedman shares his thought on government easing the lockdown.
It's that rugged records popping daily. I show up and they gotta pay me. Never get that when they...
Following the continuous increase of COVID-19 cases in the country, veteran Nigerian rapper Ruggedman has shared his thoughts over the ease of lockdown rules by the government. In a video interview with Hip TV, the rapper disclosed that he feels the government bowed to pressure from people as a lot of things were not put in place to tackle the situation.
To me, it looks and feels like they bowed to pressure. They bowed to pressure from people, screaming about hunger and everything, which is valid because the people are hungry, because a lot of things were not put in place. You really don't tell people to stay at home when there's no money, when there's no food, there's no working healthcare system. If they had been doing what needed to be done, especially in funding and making sure we had a healthcare system that was functional, they wouldn't be under pressure in any way to begin with. You understand? They wouldn't be under pressure in any way to begin with. All they will have to do is just add a little to what's been on ground already. But right now, ask yourself, do we have a functional healthcare system? We had to wait until the pandemic before we start borrowing money and all whatnot. Where are all our doctors? Majority of them are outside the country. Some are complaining of not being paid well. So this is a period where we need to look inwards, where everybody needs to demand for accountability for everybody in a position that has failed us. Because you don't fix a country's problem in one day. But I know it takes one day to start taking the right steps to fix the problems of a country. So what's our government doing right now? What are they doing? They need to start being transparent. They need to start letting people know what they're doing. They need to stop feeling like gods and actually realize that they work for us. And yes, we can question you and ask you questions, not insult you. No, we can have conversations. If you don't talk to me and you can't know what my problem is and you won't know how to fix it. So easing up, number one, putting the lockdown without having money and things in place for people won't work. It will lead to a lot of people complaining, which is what's happening. And then, of course, there'll be pressure on you to ease up on the lockdown. Now, you ease up on the lockdown, everybody starts mixing up healthy people, infected people, and of course, the only thing it would lead to will be a widespread infection. God help us.
Speaking further on the effect of the pandemic and the lessons entertainers can take away from the situation, he said this.
Well, at least now entertainers know that it happens, that there will come a time when there won't be any shows for you to make money off, meaning the only other source of income is the streamings and downloads, royalties. So we need to also pay attention to that, to check all these collective bodies and know what they're doing and how they're doing it, and make sure we create, content that will be put out there to make money for us. And then also, do not forget, use your platform to preach positivity.
I'm right around my city now. Real